Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Twilight Romance, along Leo's route on episodes 7 and 8 today. I think we're still feeling a bit betrayed about the fact that everybody around us is supernatural and nobody bothered to tell us any of it. And we're worried about Ray coming after us, so we all just kind of decided to impose ourselves on Leo and use his mansion as our headquarters to hide out in. Let's see where that leads us. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. It's been 3 days since Ray had taken action. As I lay on my own bed staring at the ceiling, the sunlight brightens my room. How? There's no windows here. It'll soon be time for breakfast, but until someone calls for me, I can't get out of this room. This room is wonderful, but I can't feel at home here. Of course, because it's not your home. I currently reside in one of the rooms in Leo's mansion. It's rude to say that I can't feel homely, but it's too extravagant for me. Well, I'm here because there are measures of protection from vampires. I can't go outside on my own, especially inside the mansion. I have to be escorted by a bodyguard. Who's my bodyguard, Shion? And then I heard someone knock at the door. Are you awake, Dirili? Leo, I'll open the door. As I opened the door, Leo was standing there, waiting in casual wear, with a smile on his face. Good morning. It's a bit early for breakfast, but I want to talk. Talk? Yes, we've been placed under surveillance by the orders of Miyazumi's superiors. Seems like he was able to persuade them that we will cooperate. Sounds good to me. Really? Oh, that's good. That day, the organization Miyazumi belonged to became chaotic upon learning about Ray's attack. In the first place, Leo could only enter the country because he promised to tone down the vampires. But his younger brother rebelled. There are some who want to exterminate them, and others who want to experiment on them. Miyazumi must have worked hard to change those people's minds. That guy, even though he always seems serious, Leo gave a chuckle at the thought. Yeah, he's still sweet even though he's very serious. Dark and brooding, but sweet. I wonder why. I thought he had a grudge against us vampires. 'Cause he has vampire blood himself. I was surprised to see Leo take such an unusually timid attitude. I think it's because of you. What, because Shion likes Leo? I think it was because of you, Leo. Because of me, You didn't hold a grudge for your parents' murder. Miyazumi faced the same thing too. I see. Thank you for sharing that with me. I was reassured to see his bright smile return. But I think it's not bad to see him show his weak side to just me, right? How's that a weak side? Dirili, aren't you afraid of me? Huh? It was so sudden, I couldn't answer him immediately. I haven't sorted my feelings, have I? I think... This is what I really wanted to ask. I feel you've been distancing yourself from us lately. Well, I do feel a little betrayed. You don't need to force yourself, but I promise you that I'll protect you, Dirili. I was taken in by his earnest gaze, almost like I was being sucked into his eyes. Well then, shall we go to the main hall? Yeah. I wasn't able to give him an answer after all. What have I been thinking about this whole time? As I arrived in the main hall with Leo, I saw everyone getting breakfast ready.
Oh, you're finally awake. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you too, Dirili. You slept in? It seems like you're not as stressed out anymore.
Come on, Shion. Stop being shy and greet her. Good morning.
People of different standings were gathered. It was a miraculous scene to behold. A very attractive group of men. I still have my fear of vampires, even though I thought otherwise. I wonder why Miyazumi forgave Leo. At that moment, I realized that I still haven't forgiven vampires overall. Even though I want to believe in everyone, especially Leo.
What you thinking about? You're making an interesting face, you know.
Interesting? Akira flicked my forehead. Ow! What was that for, Akira?
If you really believe in us, show the others that you really think so.
Well, I haven't made up my mind yet. Give me a minute. Akira whispered to me, seeing through what I was thinking. Akira, he understood that I was...
Dirili, everything has been prepared, so let's eat breakfast now.
Yes. It's hard to think on an empty stomach.
Man, waiting around is boring.
Well, shouldn't we be talking strategy or something while we're waiting around? Akira laid his head on the table. Leo sat at his side, gracefully drinking tea, with a bitter smile. Why are these two sitting next to each other? Watch your manners, Akira. After everyone was done with breakfast, it was around 10 o'clock. Since we can't exit the mansion, it's hard to tell the time by guessing.
I don't think Ray will come back here. We just have to wait until we find him.
Suddenly, Albert clasped his hand.
What the?
Akira sat up at the sudden sound.
What is it, Albert?
Nothing. I was just thinking we should play a game. I have a pack of cards here.
There we go, let's do something to pass the time. Although we should probably be thinking strategy more than playing. It seems like there should be something we could talk about. Or maybe, talk about our heritage and stuff, and people can try to assuage my feelings about the different races that I never knew about this whole time.
Albert, should we really be doing that?
Well, I think it's fine. It'll keep us busy in the meantime.
No thanks. I'll just keep guard. I'll join then. How about you, Dirili?
I will too. With this, we started playing card games. Well, I guess it'll bring us together at least. It's a friendship-building exercise.
God, let's stop. It's obvious that I'll lose.
You want us to stop just because you're going to lose? What about the rest of us? Akira threw his cards on the table, making it hard to see where the game would go.
Well, I've never seen anyone lose this many times.
I guess he has really terrible luck.
He must be a genius at losing.
Hey! Now I don't know what's what, Akira. Thanks a lot for ruining the game.
Sorry, Akira. I apologize for winning every single time.
Your attitude pisses me off, Leo.
So vampires can be playful like this if they want to be. Oh, come on, like you haven't noticed from before. Hanging out all this time already. I felt relieved.
Let's stop here then. Dirili is also finally smiling again.
Was that all for my sake? You're so sweet, Albert. I think I actually had the most requests for Albert. And honestly, I do want to read him most next. It's like between Albert and Ray. I've had a lot of requests for like everybody, but I think Albert has had the most. Huh? Both Leo and Albert were smiling as they looked at me. They were worried about me? Clearly.
Well, that's true. That means my loss had a purpose.
There you go, you can cheer up now too. Akira boasted with a big grin as he cleaned up the cards.
But a loss is a loss. I plan on making an amazing dinner tonight, so you'll be helping me, Mr. Akira.
Are you kidding? Your dishes are elaborate and they seem to be time-consuming to make.
Did we even agree upon this penalty before they started playing? It's not fair if you don't agree beforehand.
Accuracy is important when cooking.
The cooking skills here are too accurate. Who needs a scale that goes by every 0.01 gram?
Everyone laughed at Akira's expression. At the moment, though, Leo's gaze met mine. Without feeling a single ounce of fear, my heart skipped a beat. Yep, that's not a fearful heartbeat skip. I really can't get used to this room. After eating dinner and taking a bath, I was told to rest, but I felt restless. I saw the clock showing how late it was. I need to tell Leo that I'm not afraid of him anymore. But I've been told not to leave my room on my own. Then someone knocked at the door. Good timing. Who is it?
It's me. Can't sleep?
Not with you knocking on the door, I can't. Wait, I'll open the door now. After rushing to open the door, Leo stood there with a teacup in hand. Leo, what is that? Chamomile tea, maybe?
A small charm, you could say.
As he entered the room, he handed me the cup.
I saw your lights on, so I thought you couldn't sleep. Be careful, that's hot.
Hot milk? Thank you.
It's almost summer, so maybe something on the cold side might have been better.
Well, no, warm milk is supposed to be good before bed. Or at least it's kind of traditional. No, I thank you for the kind thought. Choose your action, which would be just like a human being, which is, I feel like that's kind of rude to say. Just to remind him that he's not human when he really wants to live as a human. I feel like that's really rude to just jab him. I'm just stabbing him in the heart here. I feel like number 2 should be the right choice. You're really human, Leo. Kind of like reassuring him, make him feel accepted and better, but no, let's stab him in the heart. It's almost as if you were a real human being, Leo. Just like a human being.
Well, I would like to be one if I can.
Well, at least he took it well, or is expressing it that way. Leo abruptly made a sad expression. See, you did stab him in the heart. It was rude. I'm sorry that I said something strange. I'm not afraid of you anymore, Leo. I wanted to say it in a kinder way, but I messed up.
If you say it in a sad way like that, it makes me wonder what I should do to you.
Are we going for another almost kiss, or are we actually going to do it this time? Leo at that moment smiled teasingly. Hey, why are you teasing me? Come on, man, it's episode 7. I deserve a kiss by now.
I wasn't, but I think I wanted to see the same response you made to Akira. Could you listen to my story?
I nodded while holding the cup of milk in both hands.
I always wanted to live a normal life as a human without needing to drink blood. But if Ray becomes king, the vampires will run rampant. I wish that I were born as a human like you, Dirili, because if I were, I would... Oh, never mind.
You can't tell never mind now. I said I would listen to the story. You have to tell me the rest. But look at him blushing. Is Leo blushing? And the meaning to his words?
I think I'm overstaying my visit. Good night.
Good night. As the door closed, I drank the milk, looking forward to its lingering sensations. Unfortunately, we're heading into episode 8. Yeah, it's much better reading 2 chapters per episode. These are just way too short. With the help of the milk Leo gave me, I was able to rest until morning. The sunlight through the window woke me up pleasantly. What time is it? I reached for my cell phone on the nearby table. Adoring the lifestyle of being woken up by someone, I might become unable to get out of bed by myself. Oh, a text. It's from Say. I was skipping school under the reason of being very sick. I guess it's not surprising after missing this much school. I wonder how many days I've been absent. There's a limit to how many days I can miss if I'm sick. Well, what do they do if you're really sick then? Just make you repeat or what? While the text was kind, it was obvious she was very worried. Well, of course she would be. I laughed at how she wrote, "I'll get mad if you don't come back to school soon," with an accompanying emoticon. This is very Say-like. Aww. I never thought something normal like this would be so nostalgic. Oh, there's normal days. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, that's right. School's out today. Maybe I should call her. I called Say, wanting to hear her surprised voice. I waited impatiently as I listened to the phone ringing. Oh, don't tell me Say's gonna be a hostage. Hello, Say? Huh? Wait, is this Dirili? What's up? Aren't you supposed to be sick? There's some business I need to take care of. I'm sorry that I made you worried. That's the reason? You should have told me. After what happened, you were gone. Then everyone else, you really had me worried. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I felt relieved to hear Say's voice. I never thought that I would face anything bad after this. Oh yeah, I need to tell you something. The truth is, someone asked me out and... Say's voice suddenly became excited, and I couldn't believe what she was saying. Don't tell me it's Ray. Really? Congrats! So who is it? Did you say yes? I was thinking she was now dating Sasa or Minakawa. It should have been Sasa. Well, we're going on a date today. You know who he is. Telling you who he is embarrassing. All I could feel was a bad premonition. We know. It couldn't be.
Say, sorry that I'm late. Who are you talking to?
I could hear what seemed to be her boyfriend's voice, but that voice was, "Oh, sorry, Dirili. Gotta go. Later." And she cut the phone, but the boyfriend's voice, I couldn't help but think it was Ray's. Yep, I knew it.
And you say that Ray is currently with your close friend Say.
I could only nod at Mayuzumi's question. Although there was no proof of it, that's all I could think after that call. That voice, it was Ray's.
Using Hishiki. The nerve of that guy using such tactics.
We had assembled in the main hall with my report about Say, but it wasn't easy for everyone.
Damn, we got word from HQ. But they weren't able to track the location of her cell phone.
I presume Ray cut her cell phone's power off. Dirili, if you don't feel well, you can rest in your room. Leave the rest to us.
But Say, I want to help. No, I'm all right. I feel fine. I'm just worried about Say. I'll go stir crazy if I stay there by myself. No, I'm all right.
Okay, but if you ever feel like you can't take it, rest easy.
But Ray, he might do something to Hishiki.
Akira became enraged, clenching his teeth demonously. Demonously? I have never heard such a word.
We were too concerned about Dirili that we didn't think he would use any other methods.
It's my fault that happened. I hope you're safe.
It seems like he'll use Dirili's friend as a bargaining piece with us. I get it. because Dirili is the only one necessary to become king. Yes, going from Ray's personality, that's why I'm sure she'll be fine. Dirili, there's no need to be worried anymore.
There kinda is until you actually get her back. Okay.
I'll ask HQ for the last place they were seen. Shion, I leave this place to you.
Be careful.
Yay, we get to have Shion a little while longer. I blankly looked at Akahoshi leaving the room. I felt like reality wasn't reality anymore. I wonder if, Akahoshi's betraying us in this route too, or if that was exclusive to the other one. I held my cell phone tightly in my hand, but no call had come. There was no way one would come. I had called Sei's number, but there was no response.
Damn, what's taking him so long?
My Azumi was about to throw his phone to the floor, but stopped.
We can't get into contact with Mr. Akahoshi, it seems.
The atmosphere at the mansion was tense. It's been half a day since Sei's call, and there's been no progress. I think it's better to say that there's a dread feeling now that Akahoshi has disappeared. Or betrayed us.
Can't you locate where Akahoshi's phone is? Right now, my team is doing that, but things aren't looking good.
Although I understand how you're feeling, you of all people need to calm down.
I know.
At this rate, more and more people will get hurt because of me. As I continued to contemplate, the word victim came into mind. I won't let anyone else become a victim because of me. Oh boy, am I gonna run away and give myself to Ray? Although really that would just mess things up more because then vampires will run rampant.
Dirili, please leave everything to us. Don't try to do anything on your own, okay?
Choose your action. Oh, good lord, I had to say ... This is so unwise because I'm being non-committal when I really should just obey and say okay and I understand. But no, we're dotting. Ellipses, man.
Do you understand?
No, I don't. Yes, I understand.
Well then, go rest in your room. You don't look well, as if you're actually sick.
I had returned to my room as Leo asked me to, but I felt the wind, even though the room was closed. That's strange. The window should be closed. Then I realized the window can't be opened due to security measures.
Good evening. I've been waiting.
What? How did you get in here? Standing by the window was someone who shouldn't be there. I guess he broke the window. How? Where's Sei? Is she okay?
That's a good question. She's a close friend, right? Come to the forest alone.
Why are you having me go there? Why aren't you just grabbing me and running? After saying that, Ray jumped out the window. I rushed out of the room to follow him.
Dirili, where are you going in such a hurry?
Out of my way, Leo! I'm in a rush to sacrifice myself. Leo stood at the entranceway. He must have been thinking of going on patrol. Well, I hesitated as I couldn't tell him.
What happened? You're making such a stiff expression. Would you tell me?
Leo placed his hands on my shoulders to calm me down. I don't have time. I shook off his hands, but as I tried to run off, his hand grabbed mine.
Could it be that Ray was here?
Yeah, he told me to go to the forest alone. Well, at least I was honest about it, thank goodness.
It's a trap, don't go.
This time I was able to shake off Leo's desperate grip. How? He's a vampire, he should be really strong, I shouldn't be able to shake off his grip. Don't come after me! After throwing open the entrance door, I ran deep into the forest. Unwise! Oh, good lord. And that's the end, and we have to wait for the next episode. Come on, I'm worried about my friend, but come on. We're talking about the divide between vampires and mankind. It's best to let the professionals handle this, dear. But at least Leo knows what's up, so he can go grab the rest of the guys, and we can get this sorted out, I'm sure. We'll see you in the next episode. Hope to see you there or in some of my other videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.